Okay, hello viewers. This was the question I gave it to you to solve. Find the derivative of this function with respect to x. Y equals x to the power 3 plus x. Differentiate it using the first principle. If this is your first time, kindly subscribe, share and like. Tell your colleagues and your friends about the channel also, because it is maths and science tutorials. Okay, let's start our normal business. If this is your first time, you can visit our previous videos under differentiation from first principle. Okay, so let's see how it goes. When we have something of this nature, by all means we'll be looking for f of x, which is equal to s cubed plus my x, right? And I'll look for my f into bracket x plus h. So wherever I see my x, I'll add what? H, right? So to the power 3. Then plus x again. Wherever I see x, I'll add what? Plus h. Nicely this way. So it is my duty now to expand this. So you can use what we call the Pascal's triangle to just evaluate this so that you can move at a faster rate. So using the Pascal's triangle, my coefficients are 1, 3, 3, 1. Or if you don't want any trouble, you can decide to expand it this way. X plus h to the power 2. Then times what? X plus h. You simplify this. When you are done, then you multiply it by this. You still arrive at the same answer. So using the Pascal's triangle, I'll get x to the power 3 plus, my coefficient here is 3, plus 3, then x. Then the power of this x will reduce by 1. So it will be 2. Then I have my h. Then plus 3x h squared. Then plus half h to the power 3. Then plus half x plus h this way. As I said, you can decide to simplify this. You can solve this bit by bit. You will come and get this answer, okay? So I have this, right? So this is my f into bracket x plus h. Now, I'll by all means look for f into bracket x plus h minus my f of x all over h, which is equal to, what is my f in bracket x plus h? It's here. You have x cubed plus 3x squared h plus 3x squared h plus h cubed plus x plus h, then minus my f of x. My f of x in the question is what? X to the power 3 plus x. It is an expression, so I'll put it in parentheses. So x cubed plus my x, all divided by my h. Then I'll expand. So x cubed plus 3x squared h plus 3x h squared plus h cubed plus x plus h minus s cubed, then minus my x all over what? My denominator h. So clearly, let's see the term that can cancel out. So clearly, I have negative s will cancel positive x. Then negative x to the power 3 will cancel positive x to the power 3. Then what else? So I think that is all. So I have 3x squared h plus 3x h to the power 2, then plus h to the power 3 plus my h, all divided by what? My h. I can factorize h out since h is common. So h out, then I have 3x squared, then plus h will cancel. Yeah, so 3xh, then plus h squared, then plus 1, because this h will cancel this h. all over what? All over h. So this h clearly will cancel this h. So finally, my f into bracket x plus h minus f of x all on h is just giving me this expression 3s squared plus 3xh plus h squared plus 1. Then I will now employ my differentiation from first principle, I mean the formula. So let's see how it goes over here. So we know that dy over dx, which is the same as f prime of x, is the same as lim as h approaches 0 of this s plus h minus f of x all on h, which is equal to, now I've solved for this whole thing. So this whole expression is giving me this, right? Because I can see it over here. So I have 3s squared plus 3s plus h squared plus 1. God is saying as h approaches 0. So wherever I see h, I'll put 0 over there. So this is the same as 3s squared plus 3x times my h, which is what? 0. Then plus h is here, so 0 squared plus what? 1. So I have my dy over my dx, which is the same as f prime of x is equal to, I have 3x squared, this will go to 0, this will go to 0, then I have plus what? 1. So this is my dy dx from the first principle. So you can decide to use the other alternative. So this is how it goes. I hope it's very simple, concise. So let's see how the other one too also goes. So for the second method, we don't need to employ any formula. Whatever we do to the left hand side, we do the same thing to the right hand side. So wherever I see, if I have my y, wherever I see y, I'll add change in y is equal to, wherever I see x, I'll write the x there, then I'll increase it by what? Change in x. But this s is cubed, so I'll also what? Cube it. Then plus, I have my x over here, which is here. Wherever I see x, I'll add what? Change in x, as simple as that. No need to input any formula here. So I have y plus delta y equals, when I expand this, so by the help of the Pascal's triangle, I'll get x to the power 3 plus 3. So plus 3, I have my x delta x 2. Then I have 3x delta x to the power 2. Then I have delta x to the power 3. That's for this. Then plus, I have my x over here plus my change in x. So my delta y will remain, or will stand alone. So delta y, for it to stand alone, I must transpose y over here, so that change in y will stand alone. So I have x to the power 3 plus 3x to the power 2, change in x plus 3x, change in x squared plus the change in x cubed plus x plus change in x. Then I have my minus y. Please, you can see that we are working in terms of x. So I'll have to express this y in terms of x. So I know that my y in terms of x is the same as, from the question, we are saying y is equal to what? S cubed plus my x. So I'll just substitute y over here. So I have my change in y will become s cubed plus 3x squared, change in x plus 3x change in x squared plus change in x cubed plus my x plus change in x minus my y. Because y is an expression, I'll enclose it in a parenthesis. So, but the whole of y here becomes, so y in terms of x is x to the power 3 plus my x over here. So I will expand. When I expand, I'm getting x to the power 3 plus 3x squared change in x, then plus 3x change in x to the power 2, then plus my delta x to the power 3 plus my x, then I have plus my delta x. When I multiply 2 by the negative, I'm getting negative x cubed minus x. So let's see what we can cancel. So clearly negative x will cancel positive x. Then negative x to the power 3 will cancel positive x to the power 3. Is that all? What can we cancel again? I think that's all. So I have my change in y equals, I have 3x squared change in x plus 3x change in x squared plus change in x cubed, then plus my change in x. As simple as that. Now when you get here, realize that we say we are finding for the gradient. Gradient is the same as that's dy over my dx is equal to, gradient is change in y over change in x. So therefore we need change in x. So our change in x will have to be the denominator. So how can we incorporate this over here? Unless we divide through by delta x, so that delta x will assume the negative side. Are you okay? So dividing through by change in x, I will have change in y over change in x equals 3x squared change in x plus 3x delta x squared plus my change in x cubed plus my change in x all over my delta x. So this is the same as, I'll treat them separately since they have common denominator. So I'll write the change in y over change in x. This is the same as 3x squared change in x, this over the denominator, which is what? Change in x. Then plus I'll take this over the denominator, which is 3x change in x squared over my change in x. Then I'll come and take this plus delta s to the power 3 over the denominator change in x. Then plus lastly I have change in x over the denominator change in x. So clearly this will cancel this one. Then this will cancel this. So my change in y over my change in x will become 3s squared, then plus this will cancel one of this because this is the power 2, which means we are expressing delta x 2 times. So this will cancel the other one. So we get 3x delta x. Then plus this will also cancel one of the delta x to the power 3. So we have delta x to the power 2 because this one, this is 3. Then plus what? My 1. But we know that length as change in x approaches 0 of this expression will give me, this is the same as my change in y over my change in x is equal to 3s squared plus 3x. Wherever I see change in x, I'll put 0 over there. So times my change in x, which is 0, then plus I have change in x squared, so I have my 0 squared, then plus what? My 1. So finally my change in y over change in x, which is the same as my dy over my dx, which is the same as f prime of x is equal to 3x squared plus 1, But all this will go to 0, 0, and 0. So this is it. So it's very simple. So we've been able to solve so much examples. I'll end here. See you next time. Subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you. Bye.